and welcome to the TCRM Conversations. Today live on the streets of Calabar is Talita Edom, and for today we'll be hearing the metropolitans of Calabar sample their opinions on the issue of security in the state. Also, what they think that the government and other stakeholders have been doing so far so good to curb the issue of insecurity, as well as how they've been able to sustain these strategies. On the other hand too, we'll be hearing their experience with the security situation in the state.
I actually want to appreciate His Excellency the Governor of Cross River State for mounting up security architectures in strategic points within the state in order to ensure security. I'm talking about the Akpako, we're talking about also the Operation Puff Adder in the state. They are actually trying on their own basic and their own strength.
Security agencies in Cross River State actually, they are really not doing their job properly, because if they were, most of the occurrences that are going on, like armed robbery, kidnapping and the rest, most of them wouldn't have been going on.
We also need individual contribution relating to information. I believe that if you see something, you need to say something in order to help your neighborhood to have this peaceful serene in Cross River State. Well, I also want to address this. I recently happened to discover that the food division, that is Mbukpa police station, they don't even have a patrol van. There might be some crime calls and then they don't have van to go out and attack. So at the end of the day, whatever comes out, whatever happens just like that. So I just want the government to help the security agency to give them good vans. When they get information, they move on time and then they do it. They should also increase their salary, because it's not easy to go out there and tackle crime. At the end of the day, it's a 50-50 balance. You go and you come back alive, or you remain there. So they should be encouraged in the aspect of their salary. Lastly, in Calabar South here, somewhere in the Yonde community, people who are settling in that community are rushing, they are packing out of the community on daily basis. The DSS and the police should send investigating officers down to that area.
All these vices and robbery and everything started again in Calabar, and it's really worse now, because you hear stories of people, and in fact, surprisingly, these days they're even seeking out security operative to rob them, thinking that maybe some of them will carry their service arms, pistol and guns to the houses. That is what, because I had a situation where somebody was robbed, and then they went in there and they were asking for this person that works, this security person that works here or works there. So they were not sure of the house, but at least they know these people live around this area, so they were looking for guns, they were looking anything, So it's really cause for concern. Usually we know that this thing only happens when it's in the ember months or very close to Christmas and New Year. But now, every day, incidences have been happening like that. People are robbed, people are raped, people are kidnapped, and it's really not nice. They force their way these days. They can even break the wall. They can, in fact, they go about with Monday hammers and sledgehammers. The burglary proof is no longer anything to them. In some cases, they use the car jack to expand gates and burglary proofs. If you have iron doors and if you're properly fortified through the front and the back, they come through the roof. So that's how desperate they could get sometimes. And the surprising thing is, most of the time, these boys have all the ample time. They take their time to rob from house to house. In fact, last week I heard they even had an 18-seater bus, because they were that much and they had to come in large numbers, and then they were robbing from street to street unchallenged.
What area was that? I just have an idea.
This one I heard was around Ikoransa area, and then of course the one of Ikorefanga also, the boys did the same thing. And I also hear about this area, Akaifa,
Yes, something like
area
that.
too that they've been going about. In fact, there was this other street, I can't remember that area, that they actually did it for 3 days
And there was no police
continuously. Yes, on
intervention.
challenge. So it's they even this. In fact, I even heard that in some areas they used to write letters to them to
To penalty.
The security situation in Cross River State, looking back this past few years, has really been nothing to write home about. Cross River State has always been a state who has been known to have good security, from the major city, which is Calabar, down to the little villages. The security system is messed up, and I don't personally think it's entirely the fault of the security officials. I feel the government, this recent government, haven't really played any major role in empowering the security system so as to bring out their best for the masses and all that. If we want to improve the security of Cross River State or in Cross River State, the government will have to look into how they can empower the security officials better, how they can do it financially, because if you look at it, the security system is lagging a lot. So if they can channel a lot of energy into empowering the security sector, yeah, I think it will be better. We would see a lot of improvement in Cross River State at large.
That's all for today. I am still Talita Edom. Thanking you for listening.